We got raccoon spirit in the cards. Raccoon wears a mask. The masks have been coming in lately. As I was drawn to the Marraketti deck the other day, this raccoon's got a mask on. Are you wearing a mask? The raccoon is talented, shadowy, and in hiding. Raccoon energy is at play within all artists to greater or lesser degrees. At best, it indicates talent, tenacity, and skillfulness with a particular musical instrument or creative tool. Its shadow side points to an unresolved issue around self-image and success. Could that be you? What's unresolved about your self-image around success? What are your beliefs? You got to dig down. Do you believe you're not worthy of anything unless you work 8 hours a day, or unless you are accepted by a certain group of people? Sometimes using a stage name or wearing a mask works in an artist's favor. Other times it limits creativity. Am I who my audience thinks I am? What if I'm ready to grow into something more? Raccoon energy won't let us off the hook until its creative ego fear is resolved. So this is creative ego fear, just dead in the walls now. This is rotting, your creative ego fear. This is what you got to let go. This is what's dying. Because when you're in balance, you're a generous friend, you're an exceptional artist. When you're out of balance, you're competitive and you're a starving artist. To bring into balance, make new work. So that's new creative work. Get creative, just create, be yourself. Don't worry about who other people expect you to be. Crocodile fell out. There's always going to be crocodiles in the water with their reptilioid eyes, just waiting. And just keep your distance. Don't let them affect you. Crocodiles resting, submerging, collecting energy, and cooling off. And that's the whole thing. They collect energy. They collect your energy if you let them. Now let's talk about the art of war and peace. Because everything is energy. And this is not a regular war. For what we are fighting is dark forces and principalities. It's a different playbook. I never read War and Peace, but I happen to have Machiavelli for Beginners. This belonged to a malicious narcissist who used me for about 5 years in my early 30s. Back then, I didn't know that narcissists existed. This is a problem that empaths fall into, that they just keep empathizing with the narcissist. And it doesn't get through to them that they're Machiavellian. I opened it, bibliomancy, just to this page. The leaders of the Roman Republic provide a good example of the foresight needed for stability, because by the time trouble is obvious to everyone, it is usually too late to end it. So they never allowed troubles to develop very far. I've spoken with Herr Hitler, peace in our time. Whew. Chamberlain was wrong. He should have prepared for war, as the Romans knew. There is no avoiding war. It can only be postponed to the advantage of others. This is the old mentality playbook. This is the war people, okay? This is not my frame of mind. Former republics are especially difficult to control. This is very, old patriarchy, war moves way of thinking. In republics, there is more life, more hatred, a greater desire for revenge. The memory of their ancient liberty does not and cannot let them rest. In their case, the surest way is to wipe them out, or to live there in person. That's right, I've got to deal with the Republic of Finland and the Baltic states. So republics, freedom in general, are a threat to any patriarchal war mind of conquer, control, war. If you're on the side of peace, simply do not engage. Do not give a speck of your energy to the dark forces. And it can be hard because you're fighting for your freedom. And that is where you put in the fight. What are you fighting for? You always want to come back to that. What are you fighting for? Don't think about what you're fighting against. Think about what are you fighting for. And go right into that crocodile. Look up crocodile yoga pose. It's a great chill out pose. Really good for your back, your shoulders, takes all the weight off your upper shoulders. Look up crocodile yoga pose. It's a conscious way to chill out and recollect your own energy. Be the crocodile instead of worrying about crocodiles. The prayer tree. Oh, also, the Machiavelli book on my bookshelf was right next to a book called The Tipping Point. So we are at the tipping point. It's the end of that kind of war. We won the war already. This is why the world is flooded with starseeds. I came from very far away. You can believe me, not believe me. I don't care. I don't have anything to prove. I left immediately after they dropped the one in World War II. I left immediately. The 50s down here, leaving immediately. I got here 1980 is when I was born. Traveling faster than the speed of light. That's how far in the cosmos I came down here. I cut a life cycle short. I did a Messiah move there. I sacrificed my life cycle up there because I cared so much to come down here to tell you guys to not blow each other up. You don't have to do that. This is not what life is about. We're supposed to be, we come down here to enjoy our life, to love, to create love bubbles. Because God, all that is good, source, is made of love, and that's what fuels God as well to create more life. It's all a system of love, not the darkness. So if you have difficulty understanding me, most people do. Don't worry, it's not you. I am very upper echelon here. I'm talking to the chosen ones. I'm talking to the geniuses. I'm talking to geniuses who choose to label themselves as autistic, and you should really just start honoring your genius. So I opened this while I was talking to you, during the prayer tree by Leunig. Leunig, says at the bottom. Dear God, we rejoice and give thanks for earthworms, bees, ladybirds, and broody hens, for humans tending their gardens, talking to animals, cleaning their homes, and singing to themselves, for the rising of the sap, the fragrance of growth, the invention of the wheelbarrow, and the existence of the teapot. We give thanks. We celebrate and give thanks. Amen. This is what life is about. It's just about being grateful for all the little things. Sap coming out of the tree. Maple syrup. Like, how sweet. We have a teapot so we can make tea more easily. There's so much to be grateful for if you just switch your mindset to one of gratitude. That's going to bring in more things to be grateful for. And this carries us on. We are already on the timeline of peace. Do not concern yourself with war. It is that simple. Concern yourself with not being at war with yourself, for all is within and the world is reflected externally. And if you are not at war within yourself, you are aligned, you are at peace with yourself, then you're going to have that reflected in your environment. It doesn't matter what's happening on the other side of the world. That's not in your world. Reach out for a consultation request. 30 years of therapy in a single day, or activations on YouTube in the description box.